What happens when a legendary five-star palace decays into what internet reviewers literally call a horror movie stage? Today, we are checking into the Hotel Maya Excelsior in Guatemala City, $50 a night. But according to the internet, you might be paying with your sanity. Read the recent reviews on Expedia, and people don't just call it old, they call it a scam. Guests say the photos online look nothing like reality. Instead of a vintage luxury retreat, travelers get skeptical front desk staff, dirty towels, and literal cockroaches crossing the bathroom floor. And then there's the noise. The windows are decades old, so the roar of Zone 1 traffic blasts straight through the rooms starting at 5 a.m. sharp. But even with the haunted basement smell and mattresses that feel like poured concrete, this place has a silver lining. The bathrooms are shockingly massive. Check-in takes about 90 seconds, and the hot water, well, sometimes it actually works. Oh, and it has not one but two pools, an indoor pool and an outdoor pool, which on paper sounds like the last surviving trace of the five-star era. Then you walk up to the edge and look down. The water is so murky, so suspiciously green, that you find yourself doing the math on whether it's safe to stick a single toe in it. I'm gonna go ahead and say no. We admire this one from dry land. We aren't here for luxury, though. We're here because these decaying walls hold some of the wildest history in Central America. Segment 2, Lobby and Bar. To understand this place, you have to go back to 1957. The hotel was designed by the architect Jaime Willard, and when it opened, it was a modernist showpiece, the kind of building this city had never seen. Through the late 50s and 60s, this was the hot spot for the international elite. If you were a movie star visiting Guatemala, you drank at this bar. We're talking about the royalty of Mexican Golden Age cinema, the comedy legend Cantinflas, the heartthrob Pedro Infante, the fierce diva María Félix. Even Yolanda Tongolele Montes, the iconic cabaret dancer, walked these corridors. Glitz, cocktails, high society. But the most unsettling ghost in this lobby, Ronald Reagan. Decades before the White House, before he ever ran for anything, Reagan was in a career slump. His Hollywood roles were drying up, so in 1954 he signed a massive deal with General Electric to become the company's traveling spokesman, a corporate goodwill ambassador. GE sent him around the map to give speeches, preach the gospel of American capitalism, and sell shiny GE appliances. Those tours brought him to Guatemala, and he slept right here at the Maya Excelsior. And this is where the story turns dark, because the friendly company man sipping coffee in this Zone 1 lobby would, decades later, become the American president who helped arm the very military that massacred Guatemalan civilians. In December 1982, at the bloodiest peak of the war, President Reagan met dictator Efrain Rios Montt and told reporters the general was getting a bum rap, praising his personal integrity. Within days, Guatemalan soldiers wiped out the village of Dos Aires, killing more than 200 people. Weeks after that, in January 1983, the Reagan administration lifted the U.S. arms embargo and approved millions of dollars in military hardware, including helicopter parts, for an army that was burning Maya villages off the map. A UN-backed Truth Commission later attributed 93% of the war's atrocities to the state and its forces, and called the campaign against the Maya what it was, genocide. So when you stand in this lobby, remember the picture. Long before any of that, the man himself was right here, smiling, shaking hands, selling refrigerators. The glamour didn't survive. In 1960, Guatemala slid into a civil war that would last 36 years, and the Maya Excelsior's address suddenly mattered in a whole new way. The hotel sits one block from the National Palace, the government's stronghold, which accidentally made it one of the most strategic buildings in the country. Look past the traffic below, and you can see the mountains that wall in this entire valley. Beautiful view. But during the darkest years of the war, this exact vantage point was a watchtower. Coups unfolded in the streets, protests boiled outside the palace, and when the world needed eyes on Guatemala, the world looked from right here. International correspondents and foreign diplomats booked these rooms specifically for this line of sight. Reporters stood where I'm standing now, watching tanks roll down the avenues and listening to gunfire echo off those mountains, then ducked back inside to their typewriters to file frantic dispatches while history detonated outside the window. Stories the rest of the world was waiting to read, typed in the shadows of rooms like this one. So, what happens next to a place like this? Today, the Maya Excelsior is stuck in a strange purgatory, too historic to demolish, and millions of dollars away from its 1957 five-star glory. All around it, the historic center is having a renaissance, with a younger generation converting abandoned buildings into art galleries, specialty coffee shops, and boutique bars. The Maya Excelsior just stands there, a stubborn time capsule with cockroach problems, broken amenities, and serious horror movie energy. But every crack in these walls holds a secret from Hollywood royalty, Cold War politics, and wartime journalism. Would you brave a night here for the history? Let me know in the comments below. Smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next adventure.